Hello and welcome back to Sermon Recap. This sermon title this week is How Long Does It Take to Change? So we're looking at how long does our spiritual growth take to actually work before we feel free spiritually, before we're free from habits that we're fighting against, that kind of thing. Now the story is couched initially in the call of Abram from Genesis chapter 12, where Jehovah God calls Abram, later called Abraham, to leave his own country, and God will lead him to a new land where he will inherit it, and he will be a great nation. He'll have descendants as many as the sand at the seashore, and he will be a blessing. And that promise is later reinforced in Abraham's child Isaac, and then in Isaac's child Jacob, later known as Israel. And then many, many years later, those children, or that whole nation, is enslaved in Egypt. And Moses is called by God to lead them out of Egypt to the promised land, the same land that was promised to Abram long ago, to a land flowing with milk and honey. So all of these stories are allegory or spiritual imagery about our own spiritual journey, our spiritual growth. And so what God is telling us, each one of us, is that he will lead us out of where we live, whether it's addiction, bad habits, dysfunction, all those sorts of things, unhappiness, to a place where we will be happy and joyful and fulfilled. In other words, the Lord is saying, I will help you to change, and you will become spiritual. You'll become like an angel in heaven, and you'll experience all this joy. Maybe not yet in this world, but forever in heaven. And you'll experience some of it here now, but it'll be mostly fulfilled in fullness after death, because after death we don't struggle with the same things here, where we're drawn to things that are, part of us wants things that are hellish, part of us wants things that are heavenly, and we battle between those things. So how long does it take? Well, it takes pretty much the journey of our life. If you're here living and breathing in this world, then you have an opportunity to grow and change, and the Lord is working on you. Every time we do something to resist an evil, do something that's good, the Lord is working behind the scenes, as the writings of Swedenborg say, is doing his wonders to help us to change. And what the Lord asks us to do is focus on one thing that we would like to change in our life, and really focus on that, keep it earnestly, and the Lord will change a lot of the other things underneath the surface. So yeah, it's the journey of our lifetime, and the changes, we'll notice them over time. We'll move from something that we are drawn to, and we feel like we can't possibly resist it. In time, as we resist it and turn from it and ask the Lord for help, it will become something that we have no interest in anymore. So the Lord does make great changes, but all of these changes are the work of our lifetime. So keep plugging away, keep going at it, and little by little, as the Lord says, I will drive the enemies out from the land, and you will inherit it, and you will be a blessing. And you will be in a land flowing with milk and honey, full of delight and enjoyment. All right, thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.